you've already talked about the importance of learning and obviously data, because without data you cannot learn. And so we are more and more exposed nowadays to the misuse of data and the mismanagement of data, and how actually everything we do, everything we say is recorded somewhere, and we don't know who's using those data points in which way, and for which purpose, right? So we're living in an extremely digitalized world. That's our reality. It's going to be even more so, but at the same time we're losing some sort of trust into the operators and into some of the channels. So how do you see this, and do you see an opportunity for alternatives, some sort of alternative solutions that can sort of build back trust between the users and the interface and the operators?
Well, it's tough because with the hyper-connection information, a lot of information can come to you, and it will take a lot of time to verify if the information is right or wrong, okay? So one of the solutions, I believe, is to specialize in a specific set of data and to focus and try to get to the root of it. But also, this will take away speed of execution. So if I want to have statistics about what's going on in the world with COVID, for example, it's very easy to find numbers. The problem is to verify the numbers are compelling and they are trustworthy, and that they are generated within the same approach. I always had a feeling that maybe Italians have a tendency to over-dramatize the situation. Germans do the opposite, and that's why numbers probably diverge. It could be just that I'm wrong, right? So the only way for me to verify that it would be to do exactly what I did back in the day in Afghanistan, is to build your own chatbots to communicate with the people on the ground about the real conditions. Still hoping that your communication, the language you use, the targeting you have is compelling enough for this research, okay? So when you go into the research space, it's very easy to find data that might not be relevant or might be fake or is being reutilized several times with a very small validity because it probably is outdated and so on. So, it's tough. Today I interviewed a very interesting man. He works for a large pharmaceutical company, Romanian heritage. He said to me, he likes this quote from Bruce Lee: "I don't fear the man who knows the 10,000 moves, but I fear the man that knows one move and trains for 10,000 times on this move." All right. So sometimes, the data, you gotta find the expert in the specific data. All right. So nobody can be an expert on everything, as we say in Italy, tuttologo. But let's say that the experts are those that are very valuable. So it's not easy, but it's part of accessing free tools like Quello, IBM itself, Microsoft. They give you the opportunity to build your own KPIs, your own chatbots, and you bring them to market specific to that region, to that use case. You build your own data set, and you build on top of your experience. Alternatively, you can find other data sets that were available from third parties, but it doesn't necessarily mean they will reflect your reality and your needs. I think Serbia and Tuscany, they are different regions that you really can't apply the same data sets you apply to the United States or the rest of Europe, right? So I would rather be, maybe it's my limitation, a big fish in a small pond sometimes than a small fish in a big pond. But, everything is up for grab, but maybe I'm wrong about it.
Thank you so much, Francesco. You shared a lot of wisdom with us. So we look forward to our next chat. And for this time, thank you again, and talk to you soon.
Okay, thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.